Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I wanted to start this video by showing you this. This is Rob XRP and his kind of update on where he sees things. One of the 4 or 5 chart people that we show on this channel every once in a while. Chart's moving along perfectly. I calculated the time required to reach our target range, purple arrow, to be at 15 days. Possible wick down to 144 could happen. Once number 7 starts printing, we could expect another step formation up to target range, or up to 8, and then it says it's one of 3. Target range $4.37 to $7.18. Please be advised of a possible amplification event for number 5 and 6, as we have printed over the 4-time expected gains. And then he's thanking some people there. But these are those numbers that he was referencing right here. And I guess what he's referring to, an amplification event, would be like an SEC settlement or something like that. That could, yeah, you better believe it. This is something I believe. If you see anywhere in all this we're talking about an SEC settlement, I believe we blast past this even. That's what I think. Okay. All right, moving along. Wanted to show you this. Crypto exchange Bitstamp said Monday it will triple its 11-person U.S. team to keep up with a surge in new customers. Bitstamp I don't use anymore, but I used to use them. They were they're out of Europe, I believe. In fact, in the last bull market, all of my XRP was on Bitstamp. But it's a good exchange, and now I guess they have a U.S. branch. Is that the right word? XRP Bart sent me this from Ripple. In the United States, about 14 million people are unbanked and 50 million are underbanked. How can CBDCs help? Well, I can tell you how they'll help. Well, if you get some Starlink satellites that are sending 5G to phones, which you probably put in the hands of a lot of these underbanked people out in the middle of nowhere, then you've got an unbanked population that all of a sudden is banked. Create a few CBDCs. Everybody has a bank account on their phone, more or less. Then could even be a central bank account. There you go. Okay, Jeremy Hogan had tweeted this out today. He's retweeting this from this James Phelan. Ripple SEC news. Further response seeking to bar. This is the SEC's filing another letter, seeking to bar Ripple from seeking internal SEC news, SEC staff materials, letters below. And this is about that Ethereum Bitcoin discovery, I believe. Jeremy Hogan says the judge made a very nuanced ruling, and now the SEC is trying to say the judge said none. And Ripple is saying she said mostly all. The truth is she said some. I think she will rule on this soon without oral argument and smash some heads together in a polite way. The judge is going to tell the SEC to pull out internal memorandum regarding the security designation status of Bitcoin and Ethereum and XRP and disclose them. She will force them to disclose more than what, excuse me, she will force them to disclose more than they want, which is apparently nothing, but less than Ripple's asking for. One way or another, the SEC is going to have to show what was said behind the scenes about that Ethereum and Bitcoin and why on earth they got a free pass and weren't called securities. This is the digital dollar people with the Digital Dollar Project were out in force today. Listen to this.
Privacy has been long held as a tradition.
By the way, that is, hold on, let me turn this volume down just a tad. That's David Treat from Accenture, one of the first investors in Ripple.
Heart of our financial system, and so the ability to configure the technology to meet those demands of society, I think, is the incredibly interesting work ahead of us. The technology does afford the ability to have both.
Our whole initiative is geared toward pushing the United States to a leadership role in that debate over the future of money and what values are going to prevail. Are they going to be traditional values of individual privacy that have long been the norm in the West and in democracies? Or are they going to be the values of social credit scores and social surveillance? That really is the core issue, and that's really why we feel it's so important for the United States and the other democracies to assert leadership in this new technology and not allow our non-democratic economic competitors to dominate the value setting, the rules, the protocols, and where the digital future of money is headed.
So there you go. With the talk coming out of them sure does reek of some XRP or XLM or both. XRP Crypto Wolf head economist Christian Catalini explained that the Diem stablecoin is intended to be a stand-in for CBDCs. Well, you don't say. Diem will then be monetized as a payments infrastructure wherein CBDC can integrate with the protocol. This story hasn't been written, and I'll remind you of the video I did about a week or two ago where I showed you all of the interconnections with XRP, XLM, and Diem, some of the connections and the people. Telling you what, there's a lot of smoke there. Okay, in the last video I showed you something about what the eBay CEO had said, and here's an actual clip of them talking about it.
And given the fact that you parted ways with PayPal a couple of years ago, when you look at that company or some of the others in the payments processing space, cryptocurrency is taking on more attention. It's being adopted. How are you approaching that at eBay?
Yeah, one of the great things about our managed payments is we're expanding the types of payments that we take. So we now take Apple Pay and Google Pay, more choice for buyers. We'll continue to look at other options like cryptocurrency. One of the great things about eBay is when there's a new trend, it just shows up on eBay. That's what we're seeing in areas like NFT, which we're looking at how can we explore that better, because eBay is really known as the place to transact goods. With 187 million buyers on the platform, this is the place that sellers come to get scaled demand. And we're really happy. The seller growth as well was incredibly strong in Q1. And we're really pleased with how sellers are migrating to the platform, taking their offline business and bringing it online and getting access to the world's reach through eBay.
So does that mean that you're getting into the NFT business?
We're looking at it and exploring opportunities for how we can enable it on eBay in an easy way. When you think about collectibles, everything that's really collectible has been on eBay for decades and will continue to be for the next few decades.
How long do you think it will take you to try and understand how to actually make that work, if you make it work?
Well, there's parts that are already transacting on eBay today. People are already transacting. And so what we're all about is how do we enable and take out the friction in the experience? So everything that we're doing in our playbook is how to make eBay simpler for buyers. We're acquiring a lot of new Gen Z buyers through things like our sneakers, where they're coming on and they start buying in one category. So
anyway, I believe eBay is probably going to create an NFT marketplace, if I had to guess, a pretty big one. NFT auctions, I can see it coming. All right, good old Jay Clayton, he's the CEO of Apollo now, and today it was announced that Apollo has bought Yahoo and AOL. And so that's an interesting development that that'll be interesting to see where that goes. And then Gator Trader sent me this. Now, this is where things get interesting. Now, I want to tell you something before I play this. So Kevin O'Leary is not a dumb man. He's locked on to this problem that Bitcoin has, this climate problem. Now, he's trying to spin that into some product that he's selling. But I think that his take may be partially right. I don't know. But I don't think Bitcoin escapes all this climate change talk without there being a big fat toll. And somehow, some way, it's either going to be a carbon tax of some sort that hits all of the holders of this thing, or it's going to be something else. But this narrative didn't come out of nowhere. I'm telling you, I can smell it. And I want you to listen to what he says in this video.
Well, I am using it as a hedge. I'm considering it as property, and I think it acts that way. I mean, it is volatile. There's no question about it. There is a big problem brewing in this space because I've mentioned this a couple of times. When I disclosed that I was moving to 3% weighting, I got a mountain of calls from institutional investors saying, wait a second, where are those coins from? And I said, well, I mean, everybody knows you can tell the time of creation, but you can't tell location of creation, because currently 60% of coins mined in Bitcoin come from China, where they don't care about sustainability, and they certainly have issues around human rights. And so there are many institutional clients that do not want to own so-called blood coin from China. And as a result, we've got a really interesting situation emerging that, the actual provenance of a coin over time, one that's mined sustainably, one that's mined in a jurisdiction that supports human rights and everything else, the ethics committee's approval could be worth more than just a generic coin that can't prove its provenance. And I'm not sure when that's going to happen, but I have certainly shifted my holdings. I don't own random, ETFs with blood coin in them. I know the provenance of where my wallet coins were mined now, and that means I've had to take equity positions in miners. I've had to start investing in them with the covenants in place that I would like to be paid back in a royalty of a clean coin. And I don't know if I'm the only person dealing with this. I suggest not. There is a huge problem going on in this industry, and you're going to see it come to a head at the June 4th, June 5th cryptocurrency here in Miami, crypto conference here in Miami. The industry has done a poor job in lobbying its case around sustainability. I spend a lot of time talking to CEOs of miners and various entities that want me to invest in their mining operations. Collectively, they've done a horrible job. They don't push back, and I'm hoping to be part of that solution. I'm trying to organize now
In other words, mining is a problem, but my question has always been, why use mining? If Bitcoin is a problem, then why not use a digital asset that doesn't have that problem? Not try to fix the problem of mining. You can't fix it. All you can do is come up with a bunch of patchwork. Instead, use something that actually works, called consensus. The XRP ledger. We don't need proof of work. Proof of work does not work. He's just discovering that and trying to capitalize on it in some kind of roundabout way. But that's not the solution. Is things like this, Stellar and XRP, folks. That's the solution. They don't require mining. There is no climate problem. There is no energy burn like what Bitcoin is. Now, this caught my attention because ever since Stellar and XRP came along, these guys at Gemini, the Winklevoss brothers, have never ever acknowledged either one of them, to my knowledge, and are, because they're terrified of them. That's why. But if you remember, recently Circle, which Circle is, my understanding is their stable coin was built on Ethereum, I believe. They had to put it on the XLM on the Stellar network so that it could send fast, is my understanding. So it's kind of what we've always said. They have to put those proof of work things on the ledger ultimately to be able to send them fast. So look, now all of a sudden, Stellar, it looks like, is working with Gemini. These guys are finally realizing the writing's on the wall, I guess. We're setting up a new global payment standard with near instant settlement and transaction fees of fractions of a cent. This is the CEO of Stellar, highlights how in this article for Gemini Cryptopedia. So they are obviously getting warmed up to the guys at Gemini. And then there's this, I told you about this last week, and now it's on Yahoo Finance. Music-focused NFTs from band royalty allow fans to earn royalties from favorite songs. Okay, what this is, these guys, and I showed you this website the other day. These guys are in the process. What they're doing is it's 3,000. My understanding is there's 3,000 NFTs that they're going to sell on May the 5th. So a couple days from now. And here's how it breaks down. There's 1,500 that you can get of this vinyl album NFT, and then different ones cost different amounts. So these cost 3 Ethereum each, and there's 750 of those. These cost 5 Ethereum each at 500. So anyway, you can, but if you own one now, and these down here were pre-sold, these are already sold out. But if you and the rest of them open up on the 5th, and that's when I'm going to get some myself. So this is So anyway, this sale starts on the 5th, and this is how many they're going to release. These numbers right here, 1,500 plus 750. Now, and then once you have them, you can turn around and you can sign up for to stake them in one of these pools to earn royalties. That means every time the songs that they have licensed, that means every time those songs are played, royalties are going into the pot that'll be divided between only these people that own these NFTs. And this first round's 3,000, but I think they said they're going to do up to 12,000, but no more. I think that's the number. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family about these it's bandroyalty.com. You can go and sign up for the email to let you know when the sale starts. And by the way, they are not a sponsor. I just think it's a cool opportunity, and I'm going to buy some of these. Thanks for listening.